Hi, and welcome again to Ivy English. I'm Karen.
And I'm Chris Gorski.
Today is September 16th, and we're on page 44 in your magazines. And today we have an article about something we are all really, really concerned about. And if we aren't, we should be.
Yeah, we're talking about AI contracts strip actors of control over their own image. And I gotta say, Karen, you know that I use Analytical, our magazine here, to study for myself. And I thought, this is an article I'd really like to study, but it's an English-only article. So it's okay. That's okay. I can do the legwork and get some translations going here. But I'm looking forward to studying this myself and learning and being able to discuss this because I think this is an extremely relevant and interesting topic that we're all going to have to deal with very soon.
It's an urgent topic.
It very much is.
Because you think, well, I'm not an actor. I don't have to worry about it. Man, anybody can take anything you say and then, well, we're going to find out about it. I'll give you spoilers. Let's read the article first. Okay, our title again is AI Contracts Strip Actors of Control Over Their Own Image. Actors and models who sell their likenesses to AI platforms are finding their digital counterparts are being used in misleading advertisements and political campaigns, often without their consent.
The entertainment and advertising industries are experiencing a shift as AI-generated characters offer a more economical and efficient solution to traditional filming. AI platforms are building databases of digital models by transforming real footage into virtual personas that are more convincing than images created entirely by AI.
The process is relatively simple. Actors simply stand in front of a green screen and perform a range of facial expressions and emotions. Customers can then customize videos by selecting a digital face, language, and tone before adding a script. The ease of using this technology also raises concerns about how much control individuals retain over their likenesses once they have been licensed.
South Korean actor Simon Lee licensed his image to an AI marketing company and expected standard commercial use. To his shock, his AI-generated likeness later appeared on TikTok and Instagram as a medical professional promoting questionable remedies such as lemon balm tea for weight loss. Despite his objections, the terms of his contract prevented him from getting the videos removed. Similarly, New York actor Adam Coy sold his facial and vocal rights to a company for $1,000. He later found his digital clone claiming to be from the future and predicting disasters. This kind of use was not prohibited under the provisions of his agreement.
Legal experts warn individuals to avoid signing contracts containing terms like worldwide, unlimited, and no right of withdrawal. These clauses can cause individuals to inadvertently and permanently surrender control of their digital likeness. Man, this is a big warning.
I'm so excited to study this article. We're jumping to the very end here, but I'm so afraid we're going to forget to say this.
Yeah.
Worldwide, unlimited, and no rights of withdrawal. There is a clause that has been around for quite a while now. I want to say close to 20 years, and it goes to the tune of in the known universe. So you will sign a contract that if for any reasons humans can expand beyond our galaxy to any part of the universe, this contract still binds.
And that is not unthinkable, that we may come to that point.
The lawyer that came up with that phrase, my goodness, what a funny phrase. I agree that it's smart business on their part, but the arrogance of just writing in the known universe.
He's trying to cover all the bases so he doesn't, his clients don't end up in trouble. Let's go back to the beginning. So again, AI contracts. Letters are like nouns, and a noun used to modify another noun means the noun you're modifying won't be stressed. So we don't say AI contracts. We say AI contracts. Strip, that means to take away to deprive somebody of something. Actors, now they're talking about actors, but it's other people too. Deprive them of what? Of control. They can no longer control something. Okay, now that's getting scary if it's something that's mine. And that thing that's mine is their own image. That means somebody who looks like you. It could be a two-dimensional image. It could be a video. And we're talking about videos here mainly. To have control over something, remember that's the correct preposition. Control over their own image. So it is this video person who's claiming to be me but is not me. That is so scary. So our first paragraph now. Actors and models who sell their likenesses to AI platforms are finding their digital counterparts are being used in misleading advertisements and political campaigns, often without their consent. And boy, do my hackles go up when I read this. Number one is a misleading advertisement. That means you're trying to persuade somebody to buy something that you know is no good, basically, is what it comes out to. Political campaigns is really scary. Man, I do not support the other side, let it be known, but if I'm being used to show support for the other side, I would be more than angry.
That's right. And this is something that already happens, and especially in political campaigns. Music is often used without permission, with this very patriotic tone, and it's used for a person that normally the musician or artist would never consider supporting, but they'll use the music first and then get the complaint and then slowly decide to, okay, we'll stop using it, and they'll never pay the rights. And that's a real challenge because it seems to say if this musician is allowing their music to be played at this political rally or this political campaign, then this person must also support the message that this candidate is endorsing.
In fact, I think that's continuing to happen in spite of this.
That's right. And this will only get worse when we could just take AI and put this actor's likeness into getting them to say or do whatever you want. AI is already able to start producing very, very good audio and visual components. This is not so much the artifacts that we saw 5 years ago. They are generating speech that is incredibly convincing.
It's so convincing that you cannot really tell it apart from a real person. And there's an app that does that with the voice. Okay, in this case, they didn't have the video image. But my collaborator, she made one of these of me.
I was just going to say your name. You totally have enough content to do this. You absolutely have enough content.
So she just took a new article and she had trained it on an article that I read previously. And it used my reading voice because my lecture voice is one thing when I get up and give a talk. That's one kind of voice. But when I'm reading an article like I am now, I have another voice, or when I'm reading to my class. And I said, my God, that's my voice. That was me. The way I paused, the whole intonation, everything was me. I was the speaker and I could not tell the difference.
I was thinking, and this is just one article, because you have hours and hours and hours of like literally just your classroom voice and then this voice. You know, you would have to dig pretty hard to find my classroom voice, to be honest. And to be able to generate it, that's crazy off one article.
Yeah, and the thing is that they no longer need hours of your classroom voice and your lecture voice. 15 seconds is usually enough.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes, you said it. So if you don't know that expression, holy, that means something that is sacred is holy, like a holy God or whatever. And smokes, that has to do with smoke, but actually it's only an expression of shock. Holy smokes, that means a swear word that's not a swear word. So the thing is, you have already sold your likeness, and that means that they can use this very, very sophisticated technology to produce images, videos, anything of you. It sounds just like your voice. And you've already sold them the right to do that, and you can do nothing about it.
There were those apps. I recall reading a story about college, high school, and middle school students of taking pictures of their classmates and using AI to remove their clothes, and then using those photos and sharing them between. Could you imagine pictures of your daughter having, like, someone use her picture using these apps and then sharing them with their classmates? Just the incredible invasion of privacy that is about to come to smack us in the face.
Okay.
The entertainment and advertising industries are experiencing a shift as AI-generated characters offer a more economical and efficient solution to traditional filming.
Okay, I will share a personal detail. So I am now working on a startup with a collaborator that I've mentioned several times. And we had a discussion about this because this voice sounds so much like me, and it would sound like anybody else if we wanted to use it. We together made a business decision. We will accept using AI to generate cartoons and images because that is not the basis of our business. So sometimes we need illustrations for our work. We will use AI and identify it as AI. I hope we are anyway. But as for anything that involves the voice, we are going to have real people recording.
You should use your voice. You have like the best voice I know, especially for like a female. You easily have like one of the nicest voices around.
Thank you. I don't know about that, but we are using my voice and my collaborator's voice and other people who we will pay to record. We're not using AI for the voices.
Okay. All right. I'll use your voice. It's good. All right. Let's continue. AI platforms are building databases of digital models by transforming real footage into virtual personas that are more convincing than images created entirely by AI.
What are they doing here? So it's not just straight AI, which is sometimes not that convincing. You can kind of notice it's not that real. But if you have some footage of the person, the real person, it's real footage, you combine it with AI. So AI really basically modifies it a bit. It starts with the real video, changes it a bit so the person says something different and does different gestures. Then it becomes much more realistic.
This is for the lonely man on the internet. They're often called incels.
Oh boy, I know where this is going.
100% like AI girlfriend or someone they can abuse and do horrible things with.
Stop for a minute. We need to explain incel, I-N-C-E-L, I-N-C-E-L. There is quite a large group of males. Now, it started in the U.S. as far as I know, but they're found in every country. And I think in the East, we often call them otaku.
It's close enough. Yeah.
Not all otaku are incels, but they're people who spend a lot of time at their computer living a virtual life because they have tried real life, like inviting girls out. And they not only get refused, they often get made fun of. Like, you think I would go out with you? You are dreaming. They get responses like this. And once a male gets this kind of response, what happens?
Some of these guys become very misogynistic. This is a word that means they kind of hate women. And I actually fell into one of these communities by accident. It was about expats married to foreign people. And I was like, oh, okay, what's it like to have other foreigners with foreign spouses? What is this? And it turned out to be an incel community. It was only through their comments. All of these guys were just like hating women. And it was like, what is this? Like, just, it's okay to not everyone can like you. Not everyone's going to want to date you, everybody. It's okay. But I do fear that some of these guys will just turn to AI girlfriends and craft these AI women into what they want them to be. And I'm guessing they're going to be less than a whole person.
Actually, this has been around for a while. And I think people imagining what would happen has been around for a while. There's a movie called Her.
That's right.
Which I watched. And then, well, I won't give away the ending, but things do not come out well. The thing is, my feeling every time I'm interacting with AI, I end up with a feeling of emptiness. And it's not self-hate, but it's kind of dirty. I don't want to touch it anymore. That's just my personal thing. Leave me alone. I don't want to deal with this. Okay, let's move on. The third paragraph, the process is relatively simple. Actors simply stand in front of a green screen and perform a range of facial expressions and emotions. Now, normally we would say a green screen, a screen that is colored green, but this is a specific thing used in videos. A green screen is a screen that will kind of allow you to add different backgrounds than the one you really have. So that's called a green screen.
If you've ever watched any Marvel movie ever, they use lots of green screen, and it's just this very bright color that can be removed by the computer, and a different background is placed in front of it.
That's right. So what they're saying is with a green screen, you can change the whole background of everything that's happening. And the other thing is you have a whole bunch of real videos of how these actors look when they are making different expressions like smiling or frowning or laughing or crying, and things they're doing with their hands, etc. Since they have a collection of these actions, people with AI can now turn them into a very convincing AI person or AI persona. It's an imaginary person. Customers can then customize videos by selecting a digital face, language, and tone before adding a script. Now, they have already been able to do that with languages. There are a lot of apps they're selling now. They have been selling for a long time where you look like you are speaking in another language that you don't even know. We've been able to do that for some time now. So it's just that the capability is much, much stronger now. So you can just write a script and have this person say anything you want them to say at all, and then they can cook it up with their AI. The ease of using this technology also raises concerns about how much control individuals retain over their likenesses once they have been licensed. So once you've signed your name to that contract, the people who are using this data that they've collected from you, you have totally lost control. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it.
This has to already have begun. I imagine like top flight, internationally beloved actors like Tom Hanks or maybe Tom Cruise. I think Tom Hanks, because of his very distinctive voice and things like Toy Story, it's animated, so you don't even need to see his face. I bet you there are already contracts where he's tying in to make sure his family is taken care of for many years into the future after he passes away. I wonder how this will evolve. If you're in law, I bet you this is one of the most exciting and new fields in your entire profession.
And if you're in law, please do your best to protect individuals, for crying out loud.
South Korean actor Simon Lee licensed his image to an AI marketing company and expected standard commercial use.
There's an important lesson in this sentence is never assume anything. Because the people that we deal with are usually nice people or we wouldn't deal with them, and things go largely as we expect, we make the mistake of assuming that everybody is that nice and trustworthy. They are not.
That's true. I think Simon Lee needs to have a long talk with his lawyer for not checking this contract. Let's see what happens here. To his shock, his AI-generated likeness later appeared on TikTok and Instagram as a medical professional promoting questionable remedies such as lemon balm tea for weight loss.
When I heard that, when I read it for the first time, what I felt was rage. Absolute rage, extremely angry, because I think people who know me know that I am really, really picky about health and food. And when you talk about selling bogus remedies, man, that makes me mad.
Yeah, I agree. To have you selling what we would, in English, we might call snake oil. You become a snake oil salesman. You are selling questionable remedies to people despite you not having any real interest. That's got to feel like a real invasion of yourself, of your personality, of your own conscience.
You can kill people that way. It sounds innocent, just drinking tea. No, a woman recently died of overconsumption of water.
Yep.
Because if you drink too much water, you get kind of high because you don't have electrolytes. And she eventually died.
Our next sentence, despite his objections, the terms of his contract prevented him from getting the videos removed.
So you think, man, this is terrible. I do not endorse this product. It's totally, totally bogus. Sorry, you signed your rights away. Nothing you can do.
The arrogance that guy must have taken that phone call with. No, I'm not doing it. You signed this contract.
I don't want to think about it.
Let's continue. Similarly, New York actor Adam Coy sold his facial and vocal rights to a company for $1,000 US.
Which may sound like a lot of money, but when you see what happens, I mean, $1,000 is just chicken feed.
That's right. It's peanuts. It's not a lot of money. It's just a tiny amount of money, and it's not really worth losing your entire facial and vocal rights, especially as an actor.
Okay, let's continue.
He later found his digital clone claiming to be from the future and predicting disasters.
Oh, that's pretty awful, too, because you're taking somebody's crazy ideas and putting them in somebody else's character, letting them making it sound like they are actually espousing these ideas.
Yeah, like you've become like some doomsday cult leader.
Prophet, yeah.
This kind of use was not prohibited under the provisions of his agreement. So it was okay to turn him into the prophet from the future, the guy that could see the future and predict disasters.
The world will end tomorrow. Legal experts warn individuals to avoid signing contracts containing terms like worldwide, unlimited, and no right of withdrawal.
When we say no right of withdrawal, that means you can't tell them to take this down. You do not have those rights anymore.
Scary. These clauses can cause individuals to inadvertently and permanently surrender control of their digital likeness. Nothing like leaving you in a state of shock at the end of the article.
That's right. I think for some top-tier actors, as I suggested earlier, Tom Hanks is the guy that I think of this for some reason. Just someone that has universal appeal, has a good, healthy voice. He has sons and he has a wife to take care of. He's in his 70s now. He's got to be thinking about, how do I make sure my family's legacy is secure for the future? Okay, he's going to totally sell. He'll permanently surrender control of his digital likeness across the known universe. But what happens to just Adam Coy, just this guy from New York who sold his very face and voice for $1,000?
Right. And Chris used the word legacy, Legacy, legacy. That is the reputation you leave behind after you're dead. I recommend going over this article and this broadcast very, very carefully several times if you have the chance. There's a lot of extremely useful things that you'll be able to use in conversations with people starting from right now.
I can't wait to study this one myself.
Yeah, good idea. That's it for today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.